Is this the car?
Oh yeah.
We can ride out a little look.
Yeah, let's go.
No peeking just yet, gentlemen.
Oh.
Very sorry.
I think it's this year's one. It looks different.
Well, the last time that you and I did this at the same team time was what, 2013?
Yeah, long time ago.
Some time ago. This is it. This is what we put together for you, MCL35M, the 21 car. So before you do take the covers off, you got any thoughts?
I mean, is it quicker?
Well, I hope so. That's the plan.
Do you think they'll be quicker by race one, or not quite yet?
I think it's going to be close, to be honest, but there has been a reduction in downforce, so it'll be interesting to see where the other guys have got to and where we are compared to them. Let's take a look.
It's cool.
Very good. I want to go and drive it now.
Dan, your first Mclaren, what do you think?
Coming to a new team is, I think, always special. But I think the start of any year, just seeing a new car with your name on it for the first time, the start of any season, it's really cool. Like, that feeling doesn't wear off.
So, Lando, obviously you're familiar with last year's car.
Yeah.
So, does anything jump out of you that's different with this?
Well, I think one of the most obvious things from what you can see visually is, I guess there's less floor comparing to last year.
There is, yeah.
But it's a bit more compact, isn't it, on the rear with the Mercedes? So you can see effectively a bit more compact in the rear end.
So we'll start with the engine, which is kind of about there. Obviously a Mercedes engine, so we worked really hard with our colleagues at Brixworth on getting that done. And of course last year we had all these extraordinary circumstances. So the sport was shut down at the beginning of last year, as we know, so we started late. Cars were homologated as part of the regulation changes last year, so really you shouldn't be able to change anything in this area, but we've had to do it with a minimal number of changes, so that was a challenge in its own right.
So were you a little bit restricted with what you would have been allowed to do?
Yeah, because there was like this sort of development token thing, all of ours was spent on this, but it meant that you had to respect the rest of the car as much as possible. Several steps are made at the rear, so you'll see here how the floor tapers backwards, so it's a lot narrower at the back now and the rear tyre. So you've got this taper, it's less wide, you've got the brake ducts, which are very influential in this area. They kind of control different types of flow. They're narrower, so you've got less power, less influence from them. And then the diffuser, there's a minor tweaks really, but just the fences and diffuser are a little bit shorter in places as well. So you've got this kind of rear corner, which is unique to 21, so it needed fresh thinking, fresh aerodynamics. You know, it wasn't anything we really kind of understood before we got into it. You'll find this area probably on most cars developing quite a lot, and you can see the complexity that's in there. I think the important thing for Silverstone is we get some laps under our belt. You guys begin to get a little bit of a feeling for the car. We can make sure all the systems are working as planned, because obviously a lot of them are changed with the engine. And of course we've run some dyno work on this as well. We need to see if that stacks up to track running. So even though it's just a few laps and we've got lots of filming and pictures to be taken whilst we're doing that, of course, as well as a promotion.
Still trying to understand everything and the new bits.
Exactly, so we can hit that 3 days of winter testing we got this year, not much time, hopefully in the best shape possible.
So who drives first? Am I driving first?
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
cool.
Just in case there is a problem.
Awesome. Thanks, James. This is cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.